Welcome to the Steam Holiday Sale 2013. The sale goes from December 19th to January 3rd. As always, games that are featured on the main site are reduced once more. Only buy the games you're interested in when they are featured in those daily deals. Don't rush and waste your money. Games that aren't featured can be still picked up at the last day. Trials Evolution Gold Edition is a 2D racing game. You're a motocross driver and your job is to get through the obstacle course as fast as possible without breaking all your bones. This is a challenging but enjoyable game. It's 75% off. Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 Platinum is a theme park simulator. If you're a veteran Roller Coaster Tycoon player, you might be disappointed with this game, but everyone else should get quite a few hours of entertainment out of it. The game is now available for 6 years and is with 70% off still a bit expensive. I liked it, but for this price I can't really recommend it. Football Manager 2014 is a football manager. Shocks. This is the one from Sega, and if you want a deep soccer simulation, you want to get this one. It's 50% off and has Steam trading cards. Europa Universalis 4 is a strategy game by Paradox Interactive. Those guys make really complex strategy games with a steep learning curve, but if you actually manage to take the hurdle, you will have a ton of fun. The game is still quite new, so the discount is only at 50%. The game also has Steam trading cards. Endless Space is a turn-based strategy game in space. It's easily comparable to the Sid Meier's Civilization series. These games have a rough beginning phase, but if you manage to get into it, hours will simply fly by. Huge recommendation from my side. It's 75% off and has Steam trading cards. Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut is a first-person action RPG. This game is amazing and is one of my favorite games. The Director's Cut fixes quite a few issues, especially the boss fights are now redone to fit every available playstyle. The game is 75% off and has Steam trading cards. Payday 2 is a first-person heist shooter with up to 4 players. This is a really good and challenging game you should pick up if you have friends to play it with. With 55% off, it's still a bit expensive, but the amount of gameplay it offers makes the game worth picking up even for this price. The game also has Steam trading cards. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim is a first-person open-world RPG. The game offers a huge world with a rather shallow depth. The game is now 2 years old, but the price is still surprisingly high. As long as you don't really rave for an RPG of this style, I actually would look on other digital distribution sites for a better price. This game also offers Steam trading cards. Terraria is a 2D terraforming platformer with building elements, item crafting and boss fights. I can highly recommend this game. The game features co-op, but even in single player you can have a really good time. With 75% off, it's really cheap. The game also features Steam trading cards. Guncraft is a first-person, excuse me if I have to say it like that, Minecraft-esque shooter. You play on block-based maps and have the usual game modes like Deathmatch, Capture the Flag and so on. The big problem all those block-based shooters have, be it this one, Ace of Spades or Brick Force, is that the gunplay just feels blocky. And the map editor is nothing but a nice idea because most people have simply no idea how to make a map balanced and fun. The game is cheap with 75% off, but I personally did not find much enjoyment in those games. The game also has Steam trading cards. Dungeon Defenders is an up to 4-player third-person tower defense game with RPG elements. There are all kind of different classes that have different abilities, roles and towers, and the right combination and teamwork is needed to succeed. It's possible to play this game alone, but you will face some tough situations. The game is 85% off and incredibly cheap. Be aware though that this game has quite a few DLCs that aren't necessary in the beginning, but are worth checking out later. The King of Fighters 13 Steam Edition is a 2D fighting game. This is a really enjoyable fighting game and with 66% off might be worth checking out. The game also features Steam trading cards. Kingdoms Rise is a third-person arena fighter that's still in early access. As always with early access, the game isn't finished and might have some problems. Also, the game is fairly new on Steam and so it's only 33% off. As long as you aren't in need of such a game, I would recommend to wait and see how it develops. It should also be mentioned that this is a pure multiplayer game and the community of indie multiplayer games tend to die rather quickly. That's it for today. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and don't forget to pick up the free copy of Left 4 Dead 2.